two kids. And we're gonna see a teenager. I said no. Gremlin on the road.
This adventure starts at a bus stop. We're still in Torremolinos and we're going for a day trip to Malaga.
Open and shut. Doors on the bus. Open and shut. All through the town.
Emily is fond of a bus trip. This one takes about an hour from outside of Torremolinos to the Malaga city centre. The trip was €5.50 for the three of us.
But the doors open.
Okay. And so we dive in.
3, 2, 1.
Everything's a game, and there's one game that Emily's never tired of.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We land just in front of the cathedral.
Wow!
It used to be a Roman basilica, the council office crossed with courthouse. Then it was the Grand Mosque, and then the Spanish kings developed it as a Christian church. But between one thing and another, they never actually finished it. So you get this great front with two towers, and then various odds and sods in the back. And just as we're beginning to have our misgivings about having Emily walk all day, we get pulled over by a gnome. And not just any gnome, a balloon animal making gnome. Right, so these balloons will now be with us every step of the way.
Cathedral withstood the most emblem.
Before it was Spanish and Moorish, the city was Roman, and the arena and the citadel are still there, right in the middle of the old town. So we go, because there's nothing Gremlin likes more than being dragged around by Mummy to see some old stones.
I like it. My doggy's trying to get away.
Well, he likes stones too.
I don't like the stick of this windy. I was scared that my heart was gonna blow away, but it didn't.
Yeah, people, children.
You make like smelly sounds that smells like Emily when she was sick. Romans liked it a lot.
I'm not letting anything of this in my hands are going away. Yeah.
But if they do, I'll feel them and I'll run after them and catch them.
Come on, take it off. Please.
Not that the old stone, of course, can compete with the balloons.
I want to get down.
My down.
What if I let go and it flies away at my balloon?
Well, that can happen anyway.
That's why I want to get down.
You can see how little the Arabs and then the Spanish changed in the walls of the citadel, still of the Roman brickwork.
And my balloons, so give it back. They are not balloons. Yeah. Let's go down. Come on.
Down?
I think we should go up.
I think we should go down.
Do you think we should go down here?
Moorish windows in Roman walls, next to some 1890s fantasy on the Renaissance, next to 1930s, next to a modern rendition of the traditional style. And yes, I can't get over the fact that oranges just grow here in the street on nobody's trees, and no one, absolutely no one, pays any attention to them. As we wander on, there's only more in the mixture. Moorish buildings turned into Christian churches. There are still hammams in this city. There is Art Deco, there is 19th century monumental, untouched 1700s, medieval towers and the city walls. $1900s going on 1500s, you name it.
No, but I believe money.
Yeah, but that is wrong. It's just wrong.
There are whole swaths of the old town that are not renovated, but where they do renovate, they do it with care. Everything's done just the way it used to be. Except when it's done like completely different.
Daddy, I almost made it into a heart.
El efectivo que tiene y los recibos de los meses. ¿No te quería dar rastro de 400 y pico?
Malaga is, after all, the city of art. It is the birthplace of Picasso, so traces are all over the place. There is Picasso Museum, Carmen Thyssen Museum, which has a highly recommended modern art collection. There's a branch of Centre Pompidou. No end of places you could and should see, and we will, probably on our next visit, because we didn't think Emily was quite up to it at 5 3/4. As for places to eat and drink, they're abundant everywhere. I mean, honestly, you cannot walk 2 paces without encountering a bar or restaurant here. And none of them are empty. There's something for every taste. The traditional, the tapas, specific cuisines, more or less decorated. After a few hours, we settled down for a coffee, juice and a hot sandwich. The place was called Canasta, and I mean, just look at it. A sandwich joint looking more impressive than a merchant's house in Florence. Here's my coffee. And this is the local way of life. You get your coffee, you get your drink, you go upstairs, sit on the balcony and watch life go by. Oh yes, I know what you're thinking. And what about the balloons?
Nothing.
Nothing, and I'm gonna vlog without you guys. Dad,
This is the main shopping drag, with all sorts of funny little details that help to keep gremlins entertained. Well, we've been walking around for like 4 hours, and Emily shows no sign of being tired or bored. Oh, and this is a little puzzle for my Polish friends. How would you translate this sign? Wyprzedaż zapasu szysz, shishi, szyszów? If you have a better idea, please comment. And hey, almost at the very end, we stumbled across a pretty good playground. Outside the old town, you get your regular mixture of concrete tower blocks with the occasional monstrosity. But even here, there is some imagination. It may not be imagination to your taste, but at least it's not all the same. The lifestyle remains the same: concrete block or a stone courtyard. You still while away hours at the local cafe, and you still hang out your washing to dry in the open. The central train station is about 10-15 minutes walk from the limit of the old town. We decided to go back to Torremolinos by train because if it was an hour on the bus without traffic, we fear it might be like 3 hours with the traffic. The regional platforms are tucked away at the back of the station, and the trip was about €10 for 3.
This is your first time popping on the train.
It's like it's a bag in a rag.
It's been a non-stop long day, and now finally somebody's tired. The moon's out by the time we get off on top of the hills above Torremolinos and walk down. And just as we're beginning to think that we might actually be lost, there it is, Bez Espada, which, with a very heavy heart this time, we will be leaving in the next video.